Hey YouTube, what's up? It's the StrongBoys19 here, and this is gonna be the next discography that I'm gonna be doing. And for this discography, it's going to be on the Rolling Stones. Yeah, really cool Rolling Stones t-shirt. Now, the Rolling Stones are my second favourite rock band of all time. I love most of their albums, and they're just so really unique and entertaining. And since they've been together for 50 years now, I thought I'd do these separate reviews in their whole discography. But in this video, I'm going to be doing double album reviews. Double album reviews on their debut album and also their second album, Rolling Stones #2. Anyway, so let's get on with their debut album, the Rolling Stones. So this came out in 1964, and it is just over 33 minutes long. And, you know, the Rolling Stones' musical style at this point are just a mixture of rock and roll and rhythm and blues, because there were other great, infamous rock and roll stars, like you've got Little Richard and Elvis Presley and Buddy Holly, Eddie Cochran, and you know, involving others. So yeah, the 1960s was really big for popular music. Obviously you've got this group and Elvis and also the Beatles and just, you know, others. So yeah, they really pretty much got inspired by rock and roll and rhythm and blues. Well, mostly Keith Richards and Mick Jagger. And most of the songs on this album are basically covers all around, and there are a few songs on here that were written by the whole group. And this is definitely one of these debut albums that's really impressive all around. And the songs that are on this album are mostly covers, and they're just really good covers. And you know, when I listen to the Rolling Stones, I always think that the band has always been really really changeable with their music, because obviously from the late 1960s to the present day, the musical style from the Rolling Stones really changed a lot. And first they were from a rock and roll straightforward group into like proper big rock stars, etc. So yeah, and like I said, most of them are covers, and they're just really unique for what they were. And it's just really exciting and full of energy, because straightforward music is really much more memorable and easy to follow than complicated music. But yeah, and the Rolling Stones music is just, you know, obviously the straightforward, easy to follow type of thing. So yeah, there were loads of great songs on the album for a lot of these covers, like Route 66, which was originally done by Bobby Troup, and there was also Honest I Do by Jimmy Reed, and Carol from Chuck Berry. And there's one song on this album that was originally done by the Rolling Stones themselves, which is the song Tell Me When You're Coming Back. So not a lot of the songs on here are just you know, that long. They're like mostly 2 or 2.5 minutes, or a bit of 3-minute type of songs. But yeah, I really like the musical style on this a lot, and the performances from Mick Jagger and Keith Richards and the guys Brian Jones, Charlie Watts and Bill Wyman are just, you know, really perfect, and they've also brought out a few more additional musicians on the album, like Ian Stewart for the organ and piano, and there was Gene Pitley on the piano for the song Little by Little, and Phil Spector on the instrument, which is called the maracas, on the song Little by Little. And there was just loads of styles in the album that are just so unique and exciting. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and the whole album is produced by you know, Eric Eaton, and Decca Records is the label of the album. Pretty much my review on the Rolling Stones' debut album, and the album rating for the debut is going to be a 9.5 out of 10. Now we move on to the Rolling Stones number 2. This is an album which came out a few months after their debut, and this came out in January 1965, and Andrew Luke Oldham is now the producer for this album, and who also produced the Rolling Stones' debut album. And it's just like the debut album in every way, but I really pretty much like this album just you know, a little bit more than their debut, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is definitely the album that I just simply enjoy a little bit more, like I said. And the Rolling Stones at this point are still doing a lot of these cover songs from loads of different artists, and the production on the album really went much more higher, you know, a lot better on most of the songs. And the Rolling Stones really continued their same rock and roll and rhythm and blues fame, because they were one of the guys that became really famous from those two genres, considering that the Rolling Stones are considered as the greatest rock band ever, or of all time, basically. And you know, this is an album that is really amazing and perfect all around, and the whole album is just, you know, like the debut, half an hour long. Sorry about that, that was dodgy right there. Anyways, yeah, the musicianship is still the same. You know, you got Mick Jagger, Keith Richards, Charlie Watts, and you know, all the other guys. They've also brought in Jack on piano on one of the covers, and Ian Stewart once again on the piano. And the songs that were originally done by themselves are the songs Off the Hook, and What a Shame, and Grown Up Wrong, and you know, the rest are just covers. You know, you got Down Home Girl, which was originally made by Jerry Leiber and Arthur Butler, and you know, You Can't Catch Me by Chuck Berry, and there was other songs. You got Time on My Side by Norman Mead, and there was, you know, loads of these covers all around. If you're wondering why am I looking right down there, because I'm using my laptop to look at some of the notes on the track listing. But yeah, so I'm not just a big copycat anyways, but yeah, and I still really think that these covers on this album, just like the debut, are just amazing in every way. I mean, the Rolling Stones were just like the Beatles at the point, because just like Please Please Me and With the Beatles, those two albums are mostly like like cover albums, like half cover songs and half like proper songs basically, before they made their third album into like their own proper album. And that's what the Stones did. And you know, the Rolling Stones had pretty much a bit of a close similarity to the Beatles, that you know, done that similar type of thing. And it's just you know, pretty interesting. So yeah, I know this review is just pretty quick. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much my double album reviews on these two albums from the Rolling Stones. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed them, and we're going to move on to their third album entitled Out of Our Heads. So the album rating for the Rolling Stones number 2 is going to be a 10 out of 10. And thanks for watching, guys.